Okay, hello. Here's a quick record haul from Half Price Books, which is a discount bookstore that also carries a large selection of music, including records, tapes, CDs, and the like. Now, I'm just going to briefly show you everything, and then I'll probably go into more detail on a different video. So, this, you'll see, I spent about $20-some on this haul, which is a lot more than I normally spend, but I was on vacation and I had a little bit of spending money, so I decided to use it in a couple different places, and this is one of the places. Though most of the stuff I got was a great deal. So you see I got a stack of 7 inches and a stack, actually not a stack, but a stack of 2 10 inches. So this first album I have here is called Swingin' in Hi-Fi Rock and Roll Matriculates. It's an EP. It's a 45 RPM EP. I love these old records. I paid $1 for it. I love these old records that are in the hard cardboard picture sleeves. And I love anything that has records on the cover, people dancing and things like that. And it says rock and roll, so I sort of stupidly thought that it was a rock and roll record at first. But it's actually like a jazz swing sort of thing. They actually imply that people that listen to rock and roll music are unintelligent, and that intelligent college-educated people would actually rather listen to this swing music. It's all instrumentals, original compositions by this gentleman, Jerry Fielding. He actually wrote his own liner notes, too, which is funny. Looks actually there's some scuffs on this side that I didn't see when I picked it up, which is unfortunate. But the other side is good. And except Half Price Book puts these stickers on here. Usually, though, you can pull them off. Though, actually, no, this one's already tearing. Well, at least the cover's cool, right? I also picked this one up, Session at Midnight, Jazz Reunion at Melrose. It's a jazz album, obviously, from the 50s. Oh, one other thing. These picture sleeve 7 inches, these EPs were actually usually part of a set that would be like an alternative format for an album, for an LP. So you see, this is part 2. So this is 4 songs, and there might have been 2 or 3 of these total. This one has 2 songs, and it's part 3. So it was actually a set of 3. This has a lot of information, some good players on here. Irv Kotler, who's in so many records you wouldn't believe it, from the 50s. 2 songs. It's actually like a jam session. And again, this same sort of scuff on here. I don't even know what causes a scuff like that. But actually, I'm pretty upset that I bought that. But this was only 49 cents. Count Basie swings, Joe Williams sings. I'm not a huge Count Basie fan, but this looks like a really nice record. There was actually another album from the same set, same cover and everything, just different songs, but it was beat beyond recognition. On Clef Records, supervised by Norman Granz. You can see somebody was writing on this. Actually, I think all these records, these jazz albums, came from the same collection. Oops, I just messed up the cover there. And see, it has that same scuff again. So I don't know what this guy did to his records, but he messed them up. Ray Anthony, the young man with the horn. This drawing is hilarious here. This is another part 2. It's not a full set. Harlem Nocturne and Mr. Anthony's Boogie. That's why I bought this record. Cool cover. Look at this guy. So wholesome. Such a wholesome young man with the horn. This one's on Capitol. It's actually in good condition. It's not all scuffed up. It's a little scratched, but not too bad. This one I'm especially excited to listen to. I haven't had a chance yet. Improvisations Volume 12, featuring Red Norvo and his orchestra. We've got Slam Stewart, Eddie Dell, Remo Palmieri, Aaron Sachs on Mercury. Pretty cool. I'm thinking, at least I'm hoping, that it's pretty cool. This one's in kind of beat up condition as well. This guy really did not play nicely with his records. And again, it has the same scuffing on here. I don't know. But it was 49 cents. So that was 5 jazz picture sleeve 45 RPM EPs, 7-inch EPs, mostly for 49 cents each. So that was pretty cool find. Here we've got, it's an Atco 45 with bent fabric in his piano playing Goofus and the organ grinder swing. Bent fabric was one of the many honky-tonk piano players from the 50s that I enjoy. It's not an Atco sleeve, I don't think, but it's a chart sleeve, but I really like this sleeve. I collect sleeves like this too. It's a cool looking sleeve. And this 45 is actually in good condition. What do we got here? The Folk Song Festival Sampler. This is on Scholastic again, but it's actually an EP of an album on Smithsonian Folkways. And check this out. It's got Leadbelly on here. A Leadbelly song, The Bull Weevil. Also Pete Seeger, Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Those are the two that I'm the most... Oh, and then Cisco Houston, also I'm familiar with. The other people I haven't really heard, Sam Hinton, George and Jerry Armstrong, and the Harvesters. Harvesters are from Puerto Rico. Pretty interesting. 6-song EP compilation. Really of some, some cool stuff, and it's got freaking Leadbelly on it. I mean, that was the clincher on this. I love Pete Seeger too. And it's in great shape, honestly. It's dusty, but it looks unplayed. It's in perfect condition. It has like 2 spindle scratches just on the A side here. So it's in beautiful condition. So that's Folk Song Festival Sampler. And next, the main thing I always look for when I go to Half Price Books is punk and hardcore 7-inches, and I always find a few. And this is Scolastic Deth, Killed by School. It was $5. This is why this haul is so expensive, because I spent actual real money on a couple of these records. This one was $5, which is maybe a little high price for something on 625. But this one's obviously way out of print. It came out, I don't know, at least 10 years ago or more. It has some of the guys from Spaz are in this band, and others. What is this, like 10 or 12 songs on here? I listened to this one. It's really good. It's not fantastic, but I do enjoy it. It's basically just some screaming thrash, grind influenced. Not very core, mostly just fucking thrash, straight up. If you look here, the Killed by School is actually written out in the blood here, which I thought was really interesting. Nice play on the the Filth logo there. Read everything. I'm not really sure what that means, but record's in good shape. Scholastic Deth. What we got here? Max and Chris, who are in Spaz, and then somebody named B and somebody named Josh. 2002. So yeah, this is what, 13 years old now. But I'm definitely happy to have this, and I listened to it twice so far. It's really good. This is the real gem of this collection, though. Last Gasp, Happily Ever After means eternal hell. This is a real raging thrashcore, hardcore record. It is really, really good. Extremely interesting and variable sort of record. Love the cover, absolutely. Very dichotomous is what they're going for. Not sure what this is, but it looks bloody and gross. I don't know. 6 songs, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 songs, rather. From 1991 out of Seattle on Face the Music. I'll definitely do a full review of this one because it is excellent. And anyone, I've never heard of it before, at least not to my remembrance, but it was actually on my Discogs want list, so I must have heard of it at some point. We got a long thanks list here. Not really thinking much that I've heard of. So these are actually an awesome source to find bands you've never heard of before, is these old thanks lists. I've always used those. Weird little drawing here that says actually last Gasp, if you can see that. Hold on. It's pretty cool. Anyways, you can see that it's been torn, and I'm actually glad that it has been, because I saw in line what it is, and it's a really disgusting picture of like a deformed baby, and I don't want to be looking at that. So thanks previous owner for tearing that. That was $5 also, which is a lot for me, but that's definitely worth it. Here we have a band called Herbal Flesh Tea. They're from the suburbs of Illinois. I have one of their other records. Band I remember seeing when I was in high school, so I decided to pick this up. This was actually on my Discogs want list also. This record is alright on Faithful Groat Record Company. I listened to it once, but I don't think I was paying attention very much, so I can't really remember very much what it sounded like. I'll have to come back with a review at some other point. From '94, Villa Park, Illinois. This was funny, actually. So it has a insert with lyrics and the thanks list. There's the record. It's in great shape. And then it actually has this in it, which is looks like a placemat from a restaurant in New Jersey. The Pan-Gregorian, the Olympia Diner. It has the set list here. From a song, or from a show. So that's always interesting. I found this in Wisconsin. Band from Illinois, with a set list, presumably written in New Jersey. Found the record in Wisconsin. Now this, I spent $3 on, and I had no idea what it was. And it took me a really long time to figure it out. And the reason I bought it is because I gave it a chance because it was on Fueled by Ramen Records, which you might be able to see way down there. Okay, and I was like, Fueled by Ramen, I know that label. They used to put out, you know, they must still be a good label, because I know that they put out stuff that I liked a lot, you know, 20 years ago, or, you know, 15 to 18 years ago. You know, I know they put out an Apocalypse Hoboken record, they put out the Hippos, they did some other stuff like that. It's like, oh yeah, I'll check this out, and I'll figure it out when I get home what the heck it is. And I also thought it was cool that it has glitter inside of it, which I've never seen before. That's sort of neat. But what I found out so I couldn't figure out what this was because it doesn't say the name of the band on it anywhere, and it wasn't listed on the Fueled by Ramen discography page. And when I went on there, I realized, oh, that's right, it's the label of the guys from Less Than Jake. And then I realized, whoa, this is the label that all that stuff that my kid listens to, my teenage daughter listens to, like this band called Fall Out Boy and something called Panic at the Disco, and those are all on that label, which I had no idea. And no, it's not No Idea Records, no. It's but I was actually like, whoa, I had no idea that that was on that label put out by, you know, a band that I used to like and whose stuff I really hate now because it's not very good. And anyways, I figured out that this band is called Paramore, and they're apparently like a #1 hit pop band. And this record came from a 7-inch box set, and it's one of the records out of that box set. And so, yeah, if anyone wants to buy it, well, actually, I'm going to give it to my daughter because she's like, oh yeah, I've heard of that band, they're okay. So I haven't listened to it yet. Maybe I will. Okay, this one, the Great Barrel House Piano on the Nickelodeon, on the Cook Sounds of Our Times label. Just let me say off the bat, I absolutely love the cover here. The Queen of Spades, the cards, the cigar with the smoke, the glass of liquor, and the piano keys. And in case you don't know what a Nickelodeon is it's basically like an automatic piano that has sometimes extra instruments. So it's sort of like a player piano, but more complex. And so this plays a bunch of basically piano rolls, but on a really interesting instrument. And the liner notes are pretty hilarious. I'll do it once I get a chance to listen to this. I'll do a review of it and go into depth on the liner notes. But any of the songs here, don't really know any of these songs. So this is going to be an interesting record. So yeah, it's recorded. Shotgun rhythms from the Temperance era, recorded by the last authentic performer, a giant Nickelodeon. Feast your eyes on that. Is that beautiful or what? Okay, and finally, Knuckles O'Toole goes south of the border. America's #1 honky-tonk piano man on Waldorf Music Hall. And so here's, I don't think that's actually Knuckles O'Toole, but of course this is another barrel house / honky-tonk piano, and Knuckles O'Toole was really like the biggest and I think one of the first. And this is a mashup, genre sort of record where he's playing, well, this all the stuff on the cover. Well, this is a Mexican blanket, a Mexican hat, but this is more like, I don't know, maybe Central American or Brazilian style garb. But we got Mambo Jumbo, Mambo number 5, which almost everybody knows because that was actually pretty popular a few years ago in a new version on Waldorf Music Hall. So anyways, and this one was $1 also, just like this great barrel house piano. Oh yeah, this one too comes with its original, oh I forgot about this, comes with its original plastic sleeve, and it's on clear red vinyl, which I didn't even realize when I bought this. Microfusion process. That's pretty futuristic looking for the 50s. So that's cool. Anyways, that's my Half Price Books record haul. I think the total price is right around 20 or something like that. More than I would normally spend for this many records, but I got it. This is the reason, right? Why this one and that Scholastic Deth record. And I took a chance on this thing. But hey, look at that. It's shiny and sparkly. So yeah, there you go.